Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. Lately, in my comments and in messages on Discord, a lot of people have been asking me how or where I farm my gold before I go about making one of my trade skill guide videos. Because as we know, leveling a trade skill, even if you were to farm every mat, is still a very expensive undertaking just for the taxes alone. I don't usually make these kind of videos because, as we all know, every server is different, with a different economy and different market. But because so many people keep asking, I will share with you how I make my gold on my server before I set out to make a video. And maybe, if the exact things are no help to you because your server is very different, maybe at least the principles of how I do it you can take and apply to something else on your server. So let's get into it. The very first thing I do after I've finished a trade skill and am preparing for the next is Outpost Rush. This is not for the gold reward because 125 to 300 gold for what is often a turtled 30 to 45 minute game is not an impressive gold turnaround. But I do it for the Azoth so that while I'm farming gold, I can get around more quickly. So I do these until I've capped my Azoth. Now I'm ready to begin. The first thing I do is farm Rawhide, usually between 10 to 20,000 depending on how much competition is around. If you go down to Cutlass Keys, don't go to the fort with the demon dogs. There are way too many people there these days. I go along the shoreline killing alligators and mountain lions and boars. There are an endless supply of them and they yield a ton of hide. If you are level 50 plus, you can easily net 10,000 an hour doing this, as each gator gives 80 to 95 per kill alone. After I've collected these hides, I go to town and I change into my tanner set. That's right, I never post Rawhide on the market as it only sells for roughly 0.02 to 0.08 on a good day. And I upgrade it to rugged, and because I have the tanner set and I use tier 5 tannin, which costs me nothing, as I will explain in a moment, I turn my 20k rawhide into closer to 80k by the time I'm finished. I then upgrade it to layered, but this is where I stop for max profit on my server, as infused leather for some reason is worth less than layered at the moment. Then I post the layered at 2.5 gold per. Now I go to Reekwater and I do my 3 bonus faction missions, because as we know, the first 3 faction missions per day we do yield 10 times gold. So this is an easy, quick 400 to 700 gold. After I've completed my faction missions in Reekwater, I head to Morningdale to begin my run for large and small chests. We will begin by heading to Gara's Curse. There is a large chest here for you to loot for a chance at a recipe or a trophy mat, but also there are 3 Ironwood trees, so collect these. Then I head back to town and I cut through and go over to the 4 Ironwood trees over here. Then I continue to follow the route for chests. Then when I get to Hibbett's field, I collect all of the corn. There is a ridiculous amount of corn here. After harvesting it all, I generally end up with 200 to 300 corn in total. I always gather this. I use it to make luck food for harvesting, which I can sell or keep for when I'm harvesting. It sells quite well, never less than 50 gold per, but some days it can go as high as 150 gold per. So it is a good idea to keep a good supply of these mats on hand. Next, I head over to the cave and grab the chest behind the bear, then right over to Gruss. While I'm at Gruss, I hit the orichalcum veins. Some days I don't get them all, some days I do. It just depends on how many people are camping the nodes that day. But I have never gone through without getting at least 3, so it is always a nice bonus while doing a chest run to hit a void ore or some tolvium or cinnabar. After I'm finished this run, which I do not repeat, I take the shrine here to Reekwater. Reekwater is where my main farm is at the moment. While in town, I clean up my inventory, post any rare trophy items or recipes I may have gotten, store my corn and mining mats, and begin my next route, which is my main and final route. So I begin, of course, in Reekwater, and I head to Glimmerfen. There are, of course, 2 large chests here, which I collect, and a bunch of small ones. I am here primarily, though, for the Azoth Springs. There are 5 here to collect. Also, there are a lot of elemental deer here. I follow these around for 3 or 4 minutes also. These deer crap soul quintessence. That's right, they crap it. 2 to 3 per poop, and I use superior proficiency potions all the time, so it is nice getting these mats for free. So after I've collected 15 or so of the deer crap, I head over to this Azoth spring, then down to the Virid Grotto. I also hit these 4 platinum veins on my way down. When I reach the Virid Grotto, there are 5 chests and a pile of small chests, but the main reason I am here is the Ironwood trees again. There are 11 in this small area that I collect. Then I head over and hit these 6 platinum veins right over here. After I have gathered the platinum, I run all the way up the coastline, up here above Mira's Rest, to an Azoth spring. Then I head south, gathering all of the Azoth springs along this area till I hit the teleport shrine. Now I do not take the teleport shrine just yet. I keep going south. What I do here is I run all the way down south to Hingaturn. Then I begin my return trip north by collecting these 2 Ironwood trees, then follow this line back up to the shrine collecting all of these Azoth water and Ironwood trees along the way. Now that I am back at the shrine, I travel over to Reekwater, clean up my inventory, bank the wood and gems and stuff I've gathered, and head back out. This time, I head out the opposite way, to the Cave of Striped Death. When I get there, I kill and skin anything around, and hit the platinum nodes. There are 14 nodes in this small area, so it is an amazing resource for gems. After I've cleaned this out, I head south to Mosswater Borg. Here, I loot all of the large chests and small chests, but the main reason I'm here is the Azoth springs scattered all below the town. After I've cleaned this area out of all the Azoth available, I head over and hit these 3 orichalcum veins, which surprisingly are usually up. People always camp the ones down near the coast, but on my server rarely do you see anyone camping these 3. After that, I head to Scragglemane Nook, which is another crazy place to gather platinum for gems. I clean this whole area out and head directly up to Skyview Repose. This place is great. Tons of platinum veins, a pile of large and small chests. The only downside is there are a few Silver Elite Ancients in this area, so just be sure to bring an electric damage weapon or great hammer and it won't be a big issue. After I've cleaned this area out, I head back to Reekwater and begin the whole loop again by heading to Glimmerfen. This route, clearing one side, then the other, then repeating, has been making me a pretty solid amount of gold to keep making guide videos, roughly 20 to 30k a day average. And of course, big days when I pull trophy mats or other highly prized recipes, then of course I get the big 60k plus days. The main thing that makes me the gold from this route is the raw ironwood. It goes for a lot on my server. Also the wildwood, which you will get a ton of if you're wearing logging luck gear. The drop rate on it seems almost too high, but because so few like logging, it's an easy sell. After this, I head to Everfall, and I do my daily crafting cooldowns. While making my runic leather, I always wear my tanner set, so I often get 11 to 15 instead of 10, which is nice. Then, make my glitterwood and my asmodium. I of course sell all of these for instant pure profit. At the moment, the glitterwood is the best selling, at almost 500 per wood, followed by the asmodium of course, then the runic leather. Now I'm not trying to say this is a surefire way to make gold, simply answering the question as to how I do, but I will explain how I came up with this route and give you the tools to do it for yourself on your server. I constantly see videos with people giving best gold farm routes, and again, those are great, but they are very server specific, and what makes gold on one server may not on another. The trick to making these videos and making gold by farming is simply this: go to your market, check things out, and figure out what is the item selling well. And I don't mean something crazy like a trophy mat. These are rare drops, and although those are great, they are not sustainable gold making methods. What you're looking for is leather, wood, iron, steel, whatever. What has gotten close to 0.65 or 1 gold per. Now that you have this information, minimize your game and go to the interactive map, link in the description, and type it in. It will display to you everywhere on the map where you can farm this. When creating a route, you want to plan it where you can collect large chests for those chances at the lotto wins on recipes. You also want it to be near secondary mats you can farm on the way, and you want it to be near convenient travel methods to reset the route quickly to minimize your running, which is wasted time. This is how every YouTuber makes these routes they post, and how you should be as well. If you do this, you will always have a trophy mats for sale on the market, always have a lot of gold, and never be confused about where to go next while farming. Anyways guys, I hope this little guide has maybe helped you to find some interesting ways of making gold on your servers, and if you have created some great custom routes, please feel free to share them in the comments, or don't if you're wanting to keep it a secret. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to join my Discord. I have a link for it in the description, and if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe, it really helps a ton. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.